Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
First at 10, we're on the weather watch for widespread coastal flooding and the potential for wind damage. Your full forecast coming up.
And right now at 10, we are following breaking news. Police searching for the person responsible for hitting and killing a pedestrian tonight. What we know so far.
Bringing together families impacted by gun violence. The special gathering during a difficult time in Hartford for many.
And one town on the hunt for a Grinch who stole Christmas donations. How the community is rallying together. The news at 10 starts right now. We begin at 10 with a weather watch alert. We are tracking a storm that could cause some big problems if you're traveling for the holidays. Good evening, I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us here. It won't help us have a white Christmas, but the storm will bring some heavy rain and some wind with it on Thursday and Friday. Let's start tonight with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, the timing really couldn't be worse for this as folks are gearing up for the holidays, heading off to destinations. So we're on the weather watch for late Thursday all the way into late Friday. But I really want to focus on Friday for the biggest travel concerns. With a period of heavy rainfall, it'll be coming down like crazy, strong gusty winds, and those winds could be high enough to cause outages. Right now we're forecasting gusts 45 to 55 miles per hour, but we're really close to winds that are a little stronger than that. So at least plan on some scattered power outages, especially during the day on Friday, and also moderate coastal flooding as we head towards high tide centered around Friday morning. Not only are we going to see a little bit of a storm surge, but we also have some wild wave action with the wind coming in and blowing from Long Island Sound onto the shoreline. So a lot going on here as we head into those travel days. But for now, things are quiet. Temperatures are in the 20s to right around 30 degrees. Temperatures tonight will be dropping back into the teens to right around 20 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. And no weather issues during the day on Wednesday. It's sunny and seasonable after a chilly start with temperatures in the upper 30s to right around 40 as we head through the afternoon, and less wind than the last couple of days. We'll talk more about the timing and really step you through all the various impacts from this upcoming storm in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, the severe cold on the way, prompting the governor to activate the severe weather protocol for the state. Starting this Friday to next Monday, state agencies and municipalities will coordinate with United Way 211 and Connecticut's network of shelters to make sure that anyone in need can receive shelter from the outdoors, including transportation to shelters. Again, this Friday, anyone in need urged to call 211 to get information on warming shelters and centers near you. For a list of full resources, head to fox61.com.
And as you're getting ready for the holidays, make sure you download the free Fox 61 News app. You can turn on the alerts to get notified whenever winter weather is heading our way. It's also a great resource for breaking news and traffic conditions all across Connecticut. All right, now to that breaking news that we're following tonight in West Hartford after a pedestrian was killed in a hit-and-run crash.
It happened near the intersection of Boulevard and Whiting Lane, and police say a white sedan may have been the vehicle wanted in this crash. We want to go out to Fox 61's Tony Black joining us live at the scene, which has been active for more than 5 hours tonight. Tony?
Yeah, Jen and Ben, police responded here on Boulevard in West Hartford at about 5 o'clock this evening for a report of a car versus pedestrian accident. As you mentioned, it's been about 5 hours, but crews still on scene here on Boulevard, and we're trying to be cautious to what we show you on air just because it appears that the body is still on scene. And as you mentioned, this is near Whiting Lane. Now, crews did try life-saving measures on this victim, but unfortunately that person did pass away on scene. Police say the vehicle left and has not been located yet. They're looking for a white sedan. Police have not released information about the victim at this point. Now, I did see a drone go up in the air earlier this evening as police continued to survey this scene, and you can see on scene what appears to be a truck near where that tarp is, and we're waiting for information from police as to the significance of that truck. Police were walking around with flashlights pointing at the ground, and there's also crime scene markers on the ground sitting near Boulevard. Now, Boulevard is closed between South Quaker Lane and Arnoldale Road, as well as on Whiting Lane between Farmington Ave and Park Road, and this is for all cars and pedestrians. They're asking everyone to avoid this area, and they're also asking for your help, and any information you may have, you're asked to reach out to West Hartford PD, and we'll bring you the latest details on this investigation on air and online at fox61.com. Live in West Hartford, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. We're also following breaking news as the director of operations at Yale's medical school is indicted in a $3.5 million fraud case.
Yeah, Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez joins us in the breaking news center with what we've learned tonight. Sarah.
Well, Ben and Jen, Manhattan's district attorney says 57-year-old Cindy Tapp of Westport took part in 6 years of fraud at 2 programs at NYU. Tapp is accused of diverting about $3.5 million in funds meant for minority and women-owned businesses while she was the director of finance and administration at NYU's Metro Center. New York State's comptroller says Tapp used more than $600,000 for personal expenses, things like home renovations and an $80,000 swimming pool. A Yale spokesperson says Tapp has been placed on administrative leave. Just recently, another Yale med school administrator, Jamie Petrone, was sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing $40 million from the university. In the Breaking News Center, I'm Sarah Sanchez. Ben, Jen.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Moving on tonight, the West Hills community in New Haven is hurting tonight after a teenage boy was shot and killed while riding his bike on Valley Street. Police say 16-year-old Joshua Vasquez died in that shooting yesterday. A car pulled up next to him. There was a brief interaction, and then someone in that car shot him and then drove off. Police found Vasquez, tried to save him, but he was rushed to Yale New Haven Hospital where he died. Vasquez was also a frequent volunteer at the West Hills Community Center.
Joshua was a gentle person. I don't want anyone to misconstrue who this young man was. He was a caring and a loving person. This community is completely broken. Family's broken. I'm broken.
Vasquez was also a student at the Metropolitan Business Academy. Anyone with information about the shooting should call New Haven Police.
Well, Hartford police say a man in his 30s was sent to the hospital after he was shot on Gillette Street. It happened shortly before 11 this morning. The man is expected to recover, but there are no word yet on a suspect. Well, new at 10 families impacted by gun violence in Hartford were brought together because of the holidays.
A special party tonight helped them get through some support and get the support they needed during this difficult time. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live in studio to tell us about tonight. Gabby.
Ben and Jen, this has been a particularly difficult year in Hartford. The city has had the most homicides in decades. Many times when families lose a loved one, the group Mothers United Against Violence will hold a vigil for them. But the support and the need for it doesn't end there. Tonight, they hosted a Christmas celebration for the families, all about bringing smiles to their faces for the holidays. With Christmas right around the corner, Mothers United Against Violence is spreading some holiday cheer.
Joy, happy times. All the time we assemble is always behind violence, always bad vibes. But today, it's a good day.
A celebration with dinner, presents, and even getting to see
Santa.
You did? Were you excited? Showing support for families impacted by gun violence during what can be a difficult time of year.
It means a lot, because a lot of time during Christmas time, sometimes you get sad and just want to be by yourself, but it's good to be around other mothers that have lost loved ones, also have lost their children, and it gives you hope.
Allowing them to put their grief aside for a moment and celebrate the holidays among people who understand.
If you want to talk, talk. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to pray, pray. We do those type of things.
We've been through it. We know what you're going through, and we wouldn't want you to do it by yourself, so come on and join us.
It's been a challenging year for the city, but Monday evening was all about looking forward with faith.
This is what goes on in our community. It's not just the shootings that you hear about. There is love and genuine compassion throughout this room.
The true meaning of the season.
Fun, showing love, enjoying each other. That's what Christmas is all about.
Merry Christmas!
Other community organizations like Hartford Communities That Care and some members of the Hartford Police Department were also at that event showing their support for the families. In the studio, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Such an important event, Gabby. Thank you. Well, the suspect charged in the murder of a 12-year-old boy in Bridgeport has been sentenced to 32 years in prison. Tajay Chambers was charged with manslaughter and possession of a pistol without a permit. He pled guilty to those charges back in October. Police say 12-year-old Clinton Howe was on his front porch and he was shot and killed just days before Christmas back in 2018. Chambers was one of 4 teenagers police say was responsible for Howe's death.
A Fox 61 follow-up tonight after a Grinch stole a food donation bin from an East Hartford home that was decked out with Christmas inflatables last week. The town and its fire department union have stepped up to bring Christmas back because of this. This is Rick Bolash's 3rd year turning his home on Oak Street into Santa's Village. He noticed that the bin out front with food for St. Mary's East Hartford Food Bank and the donations inside were gone on Thursday. Since then, the community has really stepped up and filled his yard and house with canned and boxed goods. Santa and Mrs. Claus were at his home tonight as the East Hartford Fire Union donated $1,800 to the food bank.
I could cry right now. It's unbelievable, the effort that everybody's put into this. It's overwhelming. It's definitely going to be back again next year, bigger and better.
We are glad to send out an email to our membership, and luckily we have some great firefighters in this town, and everybody kicked in a little bit to help out. We just felt bad this happened. Such a nice gentleman that's trying to do this for a good cause.
A bed of a pickup truck was also filled with food tonight. Bolash says that he's raised more than $3,000 in just 2 days. Good to see something good really outshining a bad event.